Hey guys, here's a quick video on pick grips. I've gotten kind of older and I've gotten to where my fingers are always dry, which is really interesting because, trying to get those plastic bags open at the store, to put vegetables in is almost impossible sometimes. Anyway, I've needed some help with my picks, and I actually have tried to, let's see, I got one here in my pocket. I actually tried drilling them out, putting holes in them, and that works, but I ruined a couple of picks trying to do it because these picks just don't want to be drilled. So I thought, well, there's got to be something. And so I looked on Amazon and I found some to try. So here's my test of different pick grips, and you could find out if they're any good for you or if they'll work for you, or they work for me anyway. The three aftermarket pick grips that I chose were the Mr. Power guitar pick grip. This is I think basically it's cork, and I remember my dad having these way back in like the 70s, so that's definitely nothing new. They've been around a long time. The next one is the Magic Grips, and I don't know what to expect of this. It got a little bit of a kind of a vinyl texture or something. It's not sticky, but anyway, they're let me grab that one since I've already got it volunteered out here. So I'll try that. I'm sure that sticks on with some kind of an adhesive thing. And then finally, I got Monster Grips. These are all off of Amazon and relatively affordable. I'll flash up the ad for them so that you can see how much they cost and all of that kind of stuff. But these guys, since I don't know why, but they seem like they have enough, they seem like they would have enough texture to stay put in my fingers, but for some reason they don't, although I must be especially grippy today because that doesn't seem to be moving around too much. But you don't want to have to strangle hold your pick. You want to grasp it firmly but lightly or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, it needs to be comfortable, and you don't want to have to think about, oh crap, my pick is sliding out of my fingers or it's rotating, which is what I've really found to be the problem. Is these guys, I'll end up with, I'll start off with it like this and it'll end up like this, and I'm not really picking right. So especially when I'm doing something like Malaguena or something really intense. So let's go ahead and apply these guys. Probably to do this right, you would want to apply it, douche these things down with some alcohol or something to get all the oils off, but I'm lazy, and how the hell do you get that sucker off of there? Come on, baby. Okay, so if you bend it, this is probably a good reason to have long guitar picking fingernails, or maybe not. Dang. I have to break out my pocket knife. There, we got one started. So I'm going to, it's nice and sticky. I'm going to stick this on, maybe I'll stick it on this side. Make sure, press it down. Make sure it gets a really good chance to adhere. This is, it's not very grippy, honestly. It's hard and just not very grippy. But maybe it'll help. Maybe it's enough. We'll see. Okay, and then number 2, let's go ahead and do Mr. Power. And these are kind of you know, they're soft and pliable, not like super bendy. Of course, it's just cork. But I remember these work great if the problem that you have is the opposite of mine, where you sweat a lot. These are very good for gripping that, and I do remember. And it's a good size. I think that one's going to feel more. I don't know. This one might be better on the finger side instead of the thumb side, because it seems to fit into that little hole. And this one, now these are kind of like, they're quite, they're a little bit sticky, you know, not like there's stuff going to come off of them, but they, well, let's, whoops, wrong one. Let's try this one here. These are smaller, but they're much more grippy. They're like that, they're like that kind of sticky plastic that they use on ping pong paddles, where you get the super grip, you know, super spin master, whatever they're called. So anyway, this is smaller, but it feels pretty positive in the hand. I can actually feel this one. I don't think this is going to do much. That isn't much at all. And this one, I think, especially if you put it on your finger, this one's pretty positive. It might be pretty nice. It definitely makes your pick much thicker, which is something to think about. Because if it's too thick, it'll probably be distracting, at least until you got used to it. Now this one's very, very thin. You know, man, I don't know. I don't think that's going to do anything. So far, I'm totally unimpressed with Magic Grips, and I'm pretty impressed with the Monster Grips and Mr. Power. Let's go ahead and give this a shot and see what it looks like in a real guitar test. Okay, so let's start off with the Mr. Power and see how that is. This is it kind of forces your index finger. It doesn't work too good on the thumb side. It's thick, feels kind of clunky, and it kind of forces your finger into a certain position. I think you might have to, if you're going to use these, you might have to have them like right in the right spot. I'm not sure. You might have to mess with it until you get it comfortable. But let's see how it's kind of messing with me. This will take getting used to a little bit. Yeah. It sticks well though. I mean, you don't get any movement, which is nice. I don't play that all that well, even at the best of times, but this kind of messes with me. So the Mr. Power, I think I'm going to pass on that one. Let's try the Magic one. That I don't think this is going to make any difference, honestly. In fact, I think it might be slicker than the actual pick itself. Yeah, yeah. I don't think this works. Um, yeah, it might help a little bit. Maybe this is one of those things where if you have a problem where you you have sweaty fingers that get slick, maybe that's the difference with this one. But it certainly doesn't work with dry fingers the way I've got them. That is one of the things about the Mr. Power ones, clank. The Mr. Power ones are they're great for if you're sweaty because they just absorb, and stick when you're, with the being cork and everything else. Oh, by the way, wristwatch check. I'm wearing my Oris Aquis. So, just for all you watch geeks out there. And so now on to the Monster Grip. And I think this is probably the best one because it's nice and thin. You can feel it. It's there. And it has a real grippiness to it, which is nice. But it doesn't feel big and fat and clunky, and it doesn't make your fingers have to go in a certain direction. It might be interesting to see what happens if you put it on both sides. But anyway, let's give this a shot and see. So far so good. I like that. God, mess that up. So what did you guys think? I am definitely going to go with the Monster Grips. They are by far the best for me. And I'm going to be putting them on all my picks. Hopefully this was helpful for you and that if you were thinking about these sorts of things, that this gives you some information and maybe save you some money. I guess that's it. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by.